Hi, Purpose Partner. Welcome to another episode of Rise to Your Purpose, a personal and spiritual development podcast for female entrepreneurs with a mission. We are your hosts, Brandie and Natalie.
We are founders of Victorious Entrepreneurs Rising, where we guide women to build profitable businesses online through diversifying your income, using kingdom principles in marketing, and operating in a spirit of rest so that you can create kingdom impact.
After this episode, be sure to join our Purpose Partner Facebook community and get your copy of our Rise to Your Purpose devotional so we can continue to serve you as we partner together in our faith and business. Let's dive into today's episode.
Hey friends of Purpose Partners, welcome back to another episode of Rise to Your Purpose. Today, I wanted just take a moment and share with you something exciting that's going to be coming up for Christian women and Christian women in business in October. This is an event that Natalie and I have been going to for the last 2 years. This will be the third Activate conference, and it is truly one of my favorite, not only Christian women conferences, but also Christian women in business conferences that I've ever been to. There's another one I attend in Georgia called Golf and Girls, and that one's also, these are my top two Christian conferences that I love going to every year. I leave there buying the ticket for next year. That's how impactful these are. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time today and just share with you what this is about and really just invite you to join us this year. If you're looking for a space where you can come and get poured into, looking for a space where you can grow personally and professionally, and looking for just truly amazing women and community to tap into. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'm excited to share more. Hey friends of Purpose Partners, Brandie Thomas here. So today I really want to share with you about the Activate conference and how it has actually impacted my life, share some information about it, and really just invite you to it. So Activate is a 3-day journey that is truly just designed for entrepreneurs who want to deepen their faith, grow in their business, and experience life-changing personal transformation. This event is going to be happening in October 10th through 12th at the Hardrock Hotel in San Diego. And when we first started this conference back in 2022, it was just called Activate. And then each year we've kind of renamed it. So it's Activate. I can't remember what last year's Activate conference was, but this year it's called Activate Dominion. And so for me, I feel like on the very first Activate conference, something was activated in me. And then those past 2 years, you guys have been following along my journey. God has just been reworking me, deconstructing me, breaking me down, building me back up. And then since for me, it's really cool to see I'm getting ready to walk into this Activate conference called Dominion. And I feel like I'm moving in a space where God's like, all right, I had to refine you, do this good work in you so that you can take dominion for my kingdom and inherit more information. And I needed you to be a warrior, and I needed to grow perseverance and resilience in you. I needed to grow strength in you. And the only way I could do that was to go through everything that I've been through. And there's this quote that I have said before, that the only way you become a mighty warrior is by going through a mighty battle. And I feel like that's what I've been doing these last 2 years since that Activate conference, when something literally was broken off inside of me. It activated something in the spiritual realm, in the physical realm, and I've just been battling it for these 2 years. But God has been using every single piece of it to grow me into the woman that I am today and heal me in places that I needed healing so that I could step into the fullness and the more that He has for me. And so for me, it's kind of like a full circle moment coming back into this conference called Dominion. So the first year at Activate, Natalie and I were guest speakers, and that was kind of at the space where I had left my corporate job full-time. I was full-time coaching and full-time just leaning into business for the first time, which was really exciting. I was able to speak at a couple different conferences, and I was just still finding my voice, but just I think a part of me was wanting to be and have and do these things that I thought I was supposed to be doing have. And there was a part of me that was kind of still, I don't know if dead inside or just like there was still brokenness or like a sorrow inside of me, but it's like I couldn't, it was almost like, well, this is the way life is, so I just have to deal with it and keep pressing on and keep doing the good work and do the good thing. And after that conference, like literally the conference is over, we're just hanging out in the conference room because it was the first event. It was like maybe 100 people. And I had become like really close to a few of these people, and we're like, well, let's get pizza to this way here, let's hang out and, really just chill before we pack up and go home. And so I was meeting with one of my friends, Rachel Borntrigger, and I encourage you, if you have any health issues, to look her up because she's an amazing holistic practitioner. And she was doing some tests on me in this conference room. Like, she brought her case of materials that she did run tests on me there because she lives in Montana and I live in Indiana. And she's like, you have all of these issues going on inside you and your body's not absorbing minerals and you're not. And I was like, yes. I knew like the blood work and the things that my other doctor, like I knew there was more to it. And the tests that they were doing was not deep enough. And so I went really super crunchy with Dr. Rachel. She's awesome. Anyway, so I go over and I tell my friends, like, I have all new things and I just did this awesome speech. But apparently my body's like going through some crazy stuff inside. And there was a woman there who's like, can I pray for you? And I was like, you can pray for me, but I don't think anything's going to change. People have been praying for my body for years. And God just, in my mind, God just didn't want to heal me. And I was like, coming to terms with that. I was okay with that. Like, this is just the way it's going to be. I'm always going to struggle with infertility. I'm always going to struggle with digestive issues because of the Crohn's disease. And this is just, my cross to bear. And I'm going to bear it the best way I can. I'm going to use it for the glory of God. And I just really didn't have faith. And I told the woman, I'm like, I don't have faith enough to know, to believe that your prayer is going to help because I've yet to see it. I've been to altar calls, I've had the anointing, I've done all the things, and God never gave me any miraculous healing. Had He always given me grace and strength to persevere through hard things, and had I gained healing in some form and fashion? Yeah. But He had never just straight away taken my gluten and dairy free, never taken away like my Crohn's straight away, never just taken away my infertility, like the woman who touched His. Like that story, I was like, if I can just touch the hem of Jesus, maybe I could find them to help. It's like, it was always out of reach for me. And so this woman is like, I have enough faith for both of us. And so as soon as we drop to the floor on our knees, I just start wallowing and wailing. And I just release like so much, like a decade of just trauma and pain, sorrow and bitterness. And there's a beautiful picture. I don't know if I can put this picture in the show notes. If you go to it's been posted on my Facebook page before and on my Instagram page, but it may be hard to find. So anyway, somebody actually took a picture of me like being prayed for with like all the women in that conference. There's probably like 20 of them who happened to stay behind and were just praying, like women were speaking in tongues over me and they were calling out like spirit of rejection. So I was like, I can't let go. Like I can't trust that this is, like God wants to heal me. Like, and it was just like, I had never experienced anything like that. I've never experienced any type of deliverance or anything like that type of prayer circle. And so when I say like the women that are at this conference are legit, like they are legit. Their hearts are pure for God. They are truly seeking God. They're truly trying to know God and love God and practice His ways. And that was really my first taste of this community and this taste of like a deeper relationship with God and the more that God wants to have for me. So fast forward to the next conference, and I kicking myself that I can't remember what last year's conference theme was. But I had done a lot of work. I had worked with, so after the first Activate conference, I did receive some form of healing. Like I could finally start eating gluten and dairy again. I started working with Rachel, and she had put me on really amazing supplements and minerals that my body was actually able to absorb, that was all liquid versus a pill I couldn't really get, that my doctor was trying to give me. And we were focused on specific things that my body needed. And I was seeing results. And so now this whole world of food opened up to me, but I was really struggling with the fear around food. And so again, another woman inside of this community was like, hey, I have an eating disorder coach I think you would really connect with, and she could help you in this area. And I was like, I'll check her out. Like, I'm not anorexic, I'm not bulimic. Like, I really do enjoy eating, but food has just literally tried to kill me so many times. It has put me in the hospital. I've had blockages. I've had issues with food. And so that relationship with food, due to my Crohn's disease and just a lot of the trauma that I've experienced from it, had created a fear-based mentality of like, okay, these foods are safe, and I can eat these, and I have to restrict all this other stuff. And we really worked with this coach on overcoming those fears. And Elijah, my son, had actually been triggering a lot of these because I'm just trying to eat this food. And she's screaming at me while I'm eating, and it was just like causing so much anxiety and like would put me in tears because I'm like, it is already hard enough for me to eat and care for my body. And then I have this child who's screaming at me and crying, and it just brought up so much stuff. So I worked with her through a lot of that. So I've been doing a lot of this healing work. I've been going through Radiant Leadership Academy myself. I was certified to train at that point. So God was just kind of uprooting all of these different areas and these things, victim me in different things, and showing areas where he wanted to like improve me in. And I get to activate last year, and Michelle Schaefer, who's leading it, she's like, I feel like we're supposed to baptize some people here. And like 3 people raised her. So we go to the pool after one of the sessions, one of the days was over. And those people get baptized, but then people start walking into the pool. And I just feel in my spirit like, I want to cleanse you. And I've been baptized. I love my baptism. When I was in junior high, I chose to be baptized at my great aunt Jean's pond, which is where I grew up swimming, and like my grandma and my Jean were there. And these were women that are just...
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We want to take a moment and extend to you a special invite to partner with us in Girl Power Alliance. Inside Girl Power Alliance, we are so focused on helping you step into your kingdom identity and becoming the woman that God designed you to be. That's what the entire membership is built around. Inside of our membership, you have access to over 300 different modules, weekly live coaching calls, ICF certifications, and more that you get to plug into. Plus, you have a rich opportunity to build an income by sharing those things with others. We are a completely digital platform, so you don't have to worry about shipping product or providing things for people. We do all of that for you. You get the fun of just promoting and sharing Christ-centered resources to others. You have access to the opportunity of starting a digital business for less than $500, and your monthly overhead is less than $200 a month. To be a VIP member, it's only $150 a month, and yet the ability to grow in income has no limit to it. We are trying to bring kingdom believers back into the room. We have a vision of seeing more kingdom entrepreneurs in the world and more financially free believers that love Jesus. If you want to be in that room, make sure you connect with us. Join our movement by clicking on the link in the show notes. And we can't wait to welcome you into our family.
People who really influenced my faith and my walk and journey with God. And it was a beautiful moment that I will forever cherish of me actually proclaiming my faith. But this type of baptism really seemed more like a cleansing. So I will forever cherish my first baptism, because that actually was me proclaiming my faith. And it was just that type of baptism versus the baptism that I had last year was more of a cleansing for me. It was like, you've been through so much since that 13-year-old little girl, and you are no longer that woman anymore. And I want to renew you. And I'm like in this dress and like my jean jacket, and was like, I feel like God's called me to get into this pool. So here's what I did. I took my jean jacket off. I slowly took my shoes off. I literally took my bra off because I'm like, I have to wear this. This is the only one I brought. And I stuffed it in my bag, and then I jumped into the pool. And I remember looking at Michelle Schaefer and Molly Charlo Gomez and Thais, and they were just like freaking out, so excited for me. And I get into the little circle and I'm like, why are you here? Like, why did you feel you needed to do this? And I was just like, I feel like God just wants to renew me and cleanse me. And so here's the thing though, I went through that, and when I came up, I kind of expecting the joy of the Lord and the peace. And I didn't feel that. I was actually really confused and sad. And then a dear friend, Michelle Tasco, came over to me, and she has been appointed to me. We met at the very first Activate. We were both speakers, and we happened to sit next to each other. And we share some similarities in our story. And she came over and just spoke some amazing words to me. My sister recorded it, and so I wrote those words down, and I just have them as affirmations and just like truths that I needed to hold on to, that I needed at that time. And one of the things she said is, count it all joy. Because I'd been going through a really rough time, and I was just like seeking out the joy of the Lord, but I couldn't. It was almost like I was so oppressed, I couldn't feel the joy of the Lord or the peace anymore that I used to have and carry with me. And so she was speaking directly to that. And more things just were breaking off of me at that point. But I hadn't fully come into the fullness or the full healing that God had for me. So fast forward to this year, I'm teaching another RLA, and I just am like, man, I cannot. It's like I'm teaching these things and I'm telling these women to do things, and I'm almost doing the opposite, where it's like I can't connect with them with these teachings because I feel like I'm failing in all these different areas. And I just feel so much sorrow and bitterness and anger. And this is not of me. And I know this is not my identity as a daughter of the King. And I just need to work even deeper on this, because I don't want this baggage to be passed down to my side. I don't want to create strains in my marriage or relationships. I want to be like the woman that God is. Like I've seen, I've been her before, but I can't get back to her. So much has happened. And again, I reached out to this community, and I was like, does anybody have any grief counselors? Because there's, I think, things that I need to grieve, and it's almost like I'm afraid to fully go there on my own. And I needed this counselor to be my Sherpa, to help me bring these things to the front of the cross. Because I think there's things that I need to grieve that I don't fully even know I need to grieve them, or that I'm really afraid to go to that space to bring it back up and work through it. And I'm somebody who's been in counseling. I've worked with coaches. I love personal development. I'm not afraid of that type of stuff. But I got to the point where it's like all the work that I was doing on my own was no longer sufficient. I needed to heal again in community. And that's what I found with this, is each year, each time I tap in, healing comes. And God is just showing me that healing comes in community. We are supposed to be in community. And doing things in isolation does not produce the fruit as compared to when you do things in community. And so once again, I reached out to the team, and they brought me this beautiful grief counselor, Dana. And we've been working since this past May. And the things that we have broken off, because half of the sessions are the clinical side of me just sharing my story, talking things. But then the other half is us like literally going to the courts of heaven, breaking legal agreements with the enemy and generational curses, doing a lot of forgiveness work, And each time I come out of those, I feel more of the joy of the Lord. I feel free again. There's a lightness to the bitterness, the anger, the hurt, the grief, the pain is going away. And there's just a breath of fresh air. And it's really like, there's almost like this strength coming back to me that I am used to. And the oppression that I've been under is starting to lift. And I just feel like it's so exciting to know that at the very first activate, something was literally activated inside me, to now coming to this third activate, which is titled Dominion. And to be at the place in my journey where I'm feeling like that kingdom warrior coming out. I'm feeling like, yes, I'm supposed to be Aaron and Joshua and Caleb and like running and take the territory and knowing like I have the victory and just standing in that divine identity and authority. And it's a really cool place to look back, to stand in and see where I'm going to and look back to where I've come and everything I've worked through and overcome, and how God has just been there and orchestrating it, using the enemy's attacks for his good and turning it into for his good. And it's just been really cool. And so that's why I wanted to share my story, because I really want you to see how impactful these conferences are. They're just not another business conference. They're just not another Christian conference. Like, these are truly cool in spirit. It's like the Holy Spirit think in these places. And we're going to have amazing speakers, and I get to be one of them. Like, I'm going to be on stage at some point, sharing my story. There's going to be transformative worship. I think the first night is just all worship. It's just a big worship night. So you come into the conference, it starts at like 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we have our worship band for the entire weekend, and we're just going to worship. That's how we start. There's no sessions the first night. It's just literally a worship session. And then, so that's like Thursday night. Then Friday and Saturday night, we do have sessions, and they're around personal growth, around testimonies. There's business growth. We're going to have Ray Higdon at this conference, which is amazing. We're going to have some other, Lisa Vanderquack, who's one of our speaking specialists. She's going to be speaking. Michelle Schaefer, Melinda Gomez, so many powerful women are going to be speaking on the stage. And the whole point of their talks are to equip and empower you to be impactful with where you are in your sphere of influence. And how do we equip and empower you to really step into the woman that God has created you to be? And you're going to get to connect with a community of passionate entrepreneurs and leaders and believers, all focused on doing everything for the kingdom, doing their life, their business for the kingdom. And so I really, again, just want to encourage you, if you have not gone to anything like this, or if you're looking for something like this, again, it's all tax deductible as an entrepreneur. One of the last things I want to share is my favorite night. We have a gala on Saturday night, and you get dressed out. Like, I'm talking formal prom wear. Like, it's been so fun for me, because I'm going to say I'm a woman boy. I'm in sweats, yoga pants. Like, I don't really get to wear dresses anymore, because I'm rolling on the ground. Like, we're literally wrestling with each other. Like, we're helping the chickens, feeding the chickens, we're doing yard work. So I don't really get to dress up. And I do enjoy dressing up. So you get to wear this beautiful gown and have a delicious dinner. And I'm not going to share all the things, because I want it to be special for those of you who actually come for the first time. Then we have a beautiful ceremony that we do every conference. And it truly is powerful, where we really just help you stand into your divine identity as the daughter of the King. So I would just want to invite you to register for Activate 2024, titled Dominion. I'm going to drop the link for this in the show notes. It's for general admission for the entire weekend. It's only $349.97. And we're staying at the Hardrock Hotel. If people, I encourage you to board on. I've always typically get like the 2 guests, 2 queen beds, and share with 4 people. There's cots you can bring. You can be really creative. if you want to say Portland that way, but it's really fun. It's such a great weekend. So I just wanted to share and invite with you because this has been such a powerful conference for me, and I'm so excited for this next one coming up in October. And I know there's a lot of women in this community who are like me, who want to be in community, who want to grow personally and professionally, who want to just activate something and know God's calling them to more, but they don't necessarily have the community at home or feel equipped and empowered to do it. We want you to come here and get that. We want to pour into you. So with that, ladies, I really encourage you to check out the show notes, check out the link, and reach out to me if you have any questions. You can always connect with me at Live Victorious on Instagram. And again, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. We would love to hear from you. So please share your takeaways by tagging at Live Victorious over on Instagram and leave a review.
This will help us get more visibility and reach more women like you for the kingdom. We appreciate you and are praying for you as you shine your light in the business world and rise to your purpose.